When we talked about the scientific worldview, I mentioned to you that underlying all of our worldviews are certain ideas that we cannot ultimately prove. We have to accept as part of our metaphysics, we have to accept on faith in order to have a starting point from which to try to make sense of the universe. These ideas that we can't ultimately prove and therefore have to accept on faith are called axioms. In science, we refer to these axioms as principles. And one vital principle is the principle of uniformitarianism. What the principle of uniformitarianism says is that basically that the laws of nature work everywhere and every when. They are the same here on Earth as they are up in the heavens. They worked the same way 5 billion years ago at the formation of the solar system as they work today. And that's really important. It started really with Newton's law of universal gravitation. Remember how the Greeks had created a diverse and believed there were separate rules governing the terrestrial realm of the four elements and the heavenly realm of the fifth element or the ether. But Newton united the heavens and the earth and showed that the same laws of motion and the same law of gravity works up there and down here. And this is absolutely vital because, of course, we need to accept this idea in order to make any sense of what happened in the past. If nature worked differently in the past than we observe it to work today, there's no way we can possibly figure out what happened. And so we have our principle of uniformitarianism. We make the reasonable assumption that what happened in the past, what's happening now is what happened in the past. And we can then, and what's happened here has happened elsewhere. And then we can start to make some predictions. We can start to say, well, if this is what happened here, according to nebular theory, then something similar should be observable out in the rest of space. And that's the starting point for testing our hypotheses. So in the next video, we're going to look at 5 different observations that nebular theory would predict, all based on the principle of uniformitarianism, the idea that what happened in the area of the Earth should have happened elsewhere in space.